It's not sitting flat on my ankle.
What's this doing? It went down, it.
Huh?
Oh, right here. This guy.
He's gonna fall. Trust my wheel. Welcome back to the channel, guys. It is April the 7th, Thursday, and had another round of storms last night. It was actually 2 fronts that came through. One about like 4 o'clock, and it didn't have much rain in it. It kind of went through real quick, and then I did not know about the second one that was coming through, and it came through about 10 o'clock last night. And it had some pretty strong storms. No damage or anything. I don't think there was any tornadoes in Alabama, not that I heard of. So we're all good on that. But it did rain about 1 inch and 2/10 down there at Gray Rock. So it is extremely wet down there. It got 3 inches the day before. Now we've had another 1 inch and 2/10. Everywhere else probably got anywhere from 6/10 to 1 inch. So good and wet. No planning for the rest of the week now. So we'll be working on other projects, and one project we're going to be working on today is right behind me. As you can tell, I'm here at the grain dryer, and I'll kind of explain what we're going to be doing here. So basically last Friday we installed this auger that we've been waiting on, and that we had that welding shop basically make this auger. I didn't get any of that on film because it was just a lot of hands-on stuff. There was no time to be fooling with the camera. So anyway, we put this auger up that goes from the bottom of the wet tank and it goes to the top of the dryer. We've done this before several times, but every time we do it, when we get to this point right here, where that brace is, where it's actually bolted down, I don't know if you can see it. Let me get where you can. But right there, we made a brace across there to hold the weight of the auger. And it's got some clamps and stuff, and then that's where we clamp 2 pipe together right above it, as you see that sleeve. When we get right there, we're up on ladders and stuff, and it's just real dangerous, and you're trying to hold all that weight. It's just a spot to anyway, an accident to happen right here. And we get it done every time, but this last time I said, you know what? I said, we got all these beams right here. There's no reason why we can't weld a catwalk up there. So basically, that's what I'm going to be doing. Is I'm going to be coming off with a brace coming off, make a platform, and then brace it to these 2 beams right here. So, and then put a ladder up there somewhere. Anyway, so we can have a good place to stand on whenever we do have to replace that auger again. So I got James and Mark there bringing the weld machine down here. I got to get the torch, and then I'm going to take some measurements right here with Dad and kind of figure out, you know, how big I'm gonna build the platform and all, because we got to go to the shop to do all the cutting of the iron. So we'll be back and forth between here and the shop doing some stuff. Anyway, that's the plan right now. After that, I don't know what we're gonna do. I think we may pull the combines out of the shed right here and go ahead and put the wheat concaves in, get them ready to go, look them over, just to make sure they're ready to go for wheat. And other than that, I don't know. You'll just have to watch the video. So let's get this video started, guys. So I can use this right here, this catwalk. I just need to know how wide it is. 28 inches. 62 inches. So yes, as you can see, the Peterbilt is back in the shop. Let me tell you why it's back in the shop. So we sent it to Thompson Caterpillar, and they were going to work on the regen process, throwing all those codes for it, derated the engine and all, where it was should do a manual burn on the exhaust or whatever filter. Anyway, so they worked on it. They actually took out that filter and put it in the machine, cleaned it out. Anyway, and then they fixed the igniting system on it. It's basically a little spark plug that sets the fire to burn it or whatever. Anyway, they got it all fixed. We got it back here. It ran. Roy made one load with it Monday, and by the time he got to Prattville, it was throwing all kind of the same codes with that regen system, wanting it to do a burn and all. So anyway, we're back to square one on this Peterbilt again with the regen. So we had Thompson Caterpillar guy came out, I think it was Tuesday, and basically hooked his laptop up to it, and he figured out that it was going into a manual burn. He was forcing it into it, but it was kicking itself off, and the reason was water temperature was dropping below 140. You got to be 140 on your water temperature. Anyway, it was falling below that, and it was kicking it out. So he replaced the thermostats on it, hooked the laptop back up to it, did a manual burn, did the same thing. It was going, and then it kicked itself out. But the second time it kicked itself out, the laptop said, you've got a temperature sensor right here on your exhaust, and that has to be above a certain temperature. And that sensor was, he thinks, is bad because the wires and all have been frayed from, I think, if you remember where this exhaust pipe came loose that time. Anyway, I think it fried these wires and that sensor and all. So this may have been the whole problem to start with, and that's why it never did a manual automatic burn while we were driving, because it was trying to probably, and it was kicking itself out when it figured out that sensor was bad. So Caterpillar guy is bringing a sensor to put on there. He got it ordered, and came in late yesterday afternoon, so he's going to put it on, hook the laptop back up to it, and then hopefully he can get it to do a manual burn, and hopefully that will end the saga of the Peterbilt issues. So I don't know, that may have been the problem the whole time, and the thermostat's not letting the engine run at a higher temperature, like 180 where it should be. So that is why it's in the shop. So we'll probably see the Caterpillar guy working on it sometime today. So thought I'd tell y'all if you saw it in the background, or if we were in here today and you were wondering why it's here. So moving on to the other project down there in the dryer. I need some new keys.
You need to throw half of them away.
How many keys you got on there?
Too many.
Into the grinder. I'm trying to see how far up to put the floor. If your feet were right here, is that too far up? Needs to be about halfway. Needs to be. So that's not tall enough. You can be. I can't even reach over. Go a little lower. Not right there. That's where the floor will be.
Set the beam on top of that and level it out.
Alright, so I marked where the floor is going to be. We're going to be 89 inches from the bottom. Got it marked over there. So now all it is start welding the pieces up. We're going to weld a piece coming off the I-beam right there is holding the floor, and then I'll brace it coming down with an angle iron. And then all we got to do, James already cut the catwalk the right length, then we'll just set that on top and then weld it all up. Alright, step one is done. We've got all the braces welded up. Got it braced off. Everything is welded good. Feels sturdy now. The next project is to get, our next step is to get the catwalk, which is right there. I think come through here. And then somehow we got to get it up over here. Once we get it on top, it'll be easy then. Alright, you ready?
I'm ready.
Huh?
You ready? It's sturdy enough. We'll let you try that.
Wait a minute. That's all right. What's the catwalk again?
Yeah.
It's not gonna lay flat until we bend that back.
Weld one side and then you pull it down.
Huh?
You weld one side.
That ain't gonna be. Oh.
Well, you should set it on the floor and hit it with a hammer.
That's what I think we need to do. Take it back down. And, huh?
Oh, right here. This guy.
He's gonna fall. Trust my wheel.
Leave a C-clamp and pull it down then.
Huh?
Where the sign and seat now.
C-clamp.
And them
pull it
got
down.
to something in them.
You think a C-clamp will do it?
Yeah, you go ahead and weld that, and weld that corner. Then get your C-clamp, pull it up.
Yes, sir. Alright, there it is, guys. It's pretty much finished. I think the only thing I'm gonna do that's left to do is weld a rod right here that comes up 40 inches and then hook a little chain that goes from here to that rod, and then come up right here, do the same, hook a chain to there, and then hook a chain from this pole to that pole, kind of as a safety thing. But it looks good. That won't take me long at all, and then she'll be done. Could use this. That'd be pretty cool. Main thing is we don't, thought these things never went out. There you go. That may work. No, that's too thin. Just kidding. Oh yeah. I don't know, what do you think, guys? That will work. That's enough chain. Nobody's ever gonna come in here to get a chain that's tucked up under here. That's probably 20, 30-year-old chain. I don't know, what do you think? Should we use it? Let's use it. It survived. It made it. It didn't break. Thank goodness. That's a long fall. We'll be more careful. Check it out.
Check it out. The what?
The railing.
Oh, you put the rail in. Okay. All right, yeah, that'll work.
Get out there and try it out. You glad I did the chains? Man.
Yeah,
It's a little high.
uh,
It's a little high.
the chain.
I mean, if you fell off, you didn't have anything across here.
Yeah.
They're not in the way.
Yeah. Won't have to be getting ladders next time.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, if you can put the bottom step, that bottom run right there.
Oh gosh. Lord, that about flipped over. That knocked me out.
That's too short.
Huh?
That's too short. Bring it on over here. Why you got it?
Oh gosh.
Man, you weld that all down that side, it ain't going nowhere.
You sure?
Yeah, you just tack it.
You said that's not going anywhere.
Not unless the rain didn't fall.
Well, there it is, guys. She is welded up. Got a nice sturdy ladder. Be there forever, like Dad said. It'll be there till the grain bin falls over. But that project is done. We'll mark it off the list. Forget these?
Yeah.
Alright, last thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take my combine, which is right here in this warehouse. I'm gonna take it down there to the shop. We're gonna take the concaves out. I think it's got soybean concaves in it. We'll take those concaves out and I'll explain why we're doing that, and we're gonna put the wheat concaves in. And that's probably gonna wrap it up for today. It is good to be back in here. I love this combine. Alright, we got lights, guys. Every time. Change of plans. This is not my combine. Even after I cranked it up and I was about to put it in reverse, and I said, let me just take a look, because my grain tanks, they close completely. Different type of folding system on the grain tanks. And anyway, I got back out and looked, and sure enough, it was Dad's. So we will go over to the hay barn and we'll get my combine. All right, this is mine. Yeah.
There's some mud between the duals, so you might ought to go kind of slow at first.
All right.
Break a mirror.
So this right here is what we'll be putting in. That is the small wire. Well guys, this is what it looks like when they're installed. Before I put the cover on, I was going to show you kind of what they look like. So these are the small wire concaves in, so we're ready to go for wheat. So if you notice one thing about this, these concaves are heavy, and there is a right hand and a left handed. You got to look, it's got a stamped L and a stamped R on every one of them, so you got to make sure you get on the right side. And one other thing, these little small rods, that's what Mark's been doing. You hadn't seen him in the background, but anyway, they'll kind of come out of their little holes. They got holes they sit in. Anyway, you got to tap all them back where it's flush and make sure the rods are all in there. We have to do that every year. So anyway, that is it. We'll put the cover on and get this combine moved out of here. Oh my gosh. I was going to move my combine, back it up and park it out in the lot, and look what I just did. I just ran over my DeWalt drill. Well, there's the tire marks. Holy cow. I think it's all right. Well, there's your commercial for DeWalt. I mean, you can run over it with the 8250 case combine. She's still good to go. Whew, got lucky. Well guys, that is gonna be it for this video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Like I said earlier, I'm gonna cut out a little bit early today since we're not able to run out in the field and we don't have anything too important to do late this afternoon. I'm gonna take off and go see little T practice baseball. I have to take these opportunities as much as I can, because when we get back in the field running, I won't be able to take off and go see him practice and stuff like that. So I'm gonna check one thing before I go leave up at the office. My drone was supposed to come today, so I'm gonna go see if it came in, and then I'm gonna get out of here. So that's gonna be it for the video. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Thank goodness my DeWalt drill is okay. We will catch y'all on the next one. That's it for this week, guys. See you later. Now you can end the video.